Rise and shine at CHIMASAFARMS.
CHIMASAFARMS.
Oh yes. Now that's when we are starting our works. This is the day 2 of our maize harvesting. I want to take you through. I want to show you the tips and tricks on how to do your maize harvesting in a proper way. You know, when you're working with people, for us who are subsistence farmers, for us who are just start up as farmers, you know, we're just starting up as farmers, I want to show you, to guide you. When you're working with many people, how would you handle them? How would you make sure that your maize is not left in your field? Because, you know, as we work for our maize, and the maize is right now here. You know, the maize is here, and it is up to you now as a farmer to be very much conscious to never leave anything in the field. So as you can see, my guys have just entered the field as they too at CHIMASAFARMS. Come with me as I show you, and let's follow them through as they are doing the maize harvesting. Thank you so much for following us. I appreciate you, and I say, come with me as I take you through. To check this out, we are doing our maize harvesting as CHIMASAFARMS, as you can see. So there are our maize. Now they are being harvested, you see. So these are our maize. Let me show you the other one that side. So this is the joy of a farmer. This is what actually gives me joy as a farmer, to discover that what I worked for, you know, all the things that I sweated for are actually coming to fruition. Have you seen? So this is the joy of a farmer. You know, I've got 2 groups of people who are helping me in terms of maize harvesting, because we are harvesting our maize right now. As you can see that side, there are people working that side. So we're actually harvesting our maize, and this gives me joy. You know, in as much as I'm a startup farmer, when I'm starting, you know, I don't have much financial resources and everything, but I did what I could, and I have seen things coming to pass. Have you seen the maize? In that other side, there's another heap that side. Have you seen? So this is what gives me joy as a farmer. Come with me as I show you around the farm as we are doing our maize harvesting, and as I even show you, share with you the tips, some of the tips and tricks you can use as you are doing you are doing your maize harvesting. If you are a farmer like me, who is a startup farmer, doesn't have machinery, doesn't have anything, yet you have got the zeal and the desire in you to do farming, you can start like me. You can just be like me, the way I've started, you know, from scratch, with no support from anyone, but I am actually doing it. Have you seen? This is tangible maize. You can actually tell to say, okay, but this is little maize. Have you seen? This is little maize. Have you seen? So this is what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for following us. I want you to follow me as I share with you, as I show you my joy. This is my joy. This makes me happy, you know, to see to it that what I worked for is actually paying off. What I worked for is actually, you know, bringing something that I can call a product, something that I can call an end result. Have you seen? So this is the maize I am talking about. You know, that situation whereby you have struggled, you know, from scratch. You are able, you know, like from land clearing. Those who follow me, I've actually started this from land clearing. I've been showing you tips and tricks. You know, when you follow my TikTok page, that's when you're going to see a lot on simple videos that I was doing as I was doing my land clearing. I could post a lot of videos on land clearing and everything. So here are the guys that are helping me to remove all the maize from here. From land clearing, we started, you know, harvesting. All those things I have shared. When from harvesting again, I shared on planting, you know, weeding and everything. And right now, what we are doing is harvesting. So as we harvest at CHIMASAFARMS, I don't want you to just remain like that, but I want to show you all the harvesting process. And if perhaps you don't know the all harvesting process, the way it takes place, I'm leaving a link on the description below, or just follow this link that has popped up right here, and you'll be able to know all that it takes for you to do maize harvesting from beginning to start. And the thing that you're supposed to consider as you do your maize harvesting. So I've got some people there that are harvesting the maize for me, and I really appreciate these people. So you can imagine, like for me, one thing I can just say is, you know, there's nothing more than commitment. There's nothing more than persistence. If you can be able to persevere, I've actually encountered so many so many challenges when it comes to this farming. You know, when you started, whereby you talk to people, they fail. In fact, right now, today, as I talk to you, I'd actually arranged some guys to come and help me, you know, to do this very maize harvesting I'm talking about. And they are great deal on the prices and everything. You know, I even booked a vehicle in the morning to say, okay, my friend, I got a driver, help me carry these people. So I went early in the morning as early as 06 to 05 to 06. We went there. Guess what we found that side? Everyone that agreed to come in to help me to harvest maize and everything actually disappeared. They said, no, I see this and that, you've got this and that. But I was like, why didn't you guys tell me? Because I've spent money on this vehicle. I've just booked. I do not have a car, but I've managed because I wanted to carry you in a good way so that you go and help me, but they refused. Have you seen? So what can you do as a farmer in that situation? That is when I will just leave everything to God, because sometimes so at that point I just said, what else can I do? But you know the way God works mysteriously, and I actually managed to find some people. I actually managed to find some people that will help me to do what? To do the maize harvesting. I got them and they came here. So right now, this is just a small group of people that I have right here, because we've got two positions. Some people are working from the downfield, and the others are working from up there. And those people up there, they are a lot. They are about 15 in number, and here they were about 12 in the morning. But as I speak to you right now, some have actually quit and said, no, we can't manage it. The work is, difficult and everything. But I said, okay, you can still go, because, as we work, I don't want to force anyone to do something that they don't want. Some people, they give up easily. So sometimes you can imagine somebody is coming to help you in the field and just gives up like that. But again, sometimes you compare, can they handle the stress that you go through? Because myself, the stress that I go through, if I'm to transfer it to them, I don't know. I don't know. So sometimes God blesses us in different ways and gives us different capacities. I cannot blame anyone who leaves the farm, not because I'm underpaying them, not because of anything, because those people that side, they are working. The reason why they are working is because they have agreed and they know to say, okay, but this is reasonable enough. We can still help our friend and do this thing. And those guys have been working for me. Well, some people I called even in the time I was doing harvesting. I was doing cultivation, they were there. They are cultivated for me. We agreed in a good way. They went and everything just went smoothly. And when I went to go and get them today, they agreed and they came. So whatever group that you want to work with, you find those people who are negative. They're always going to be there. They are always going to be there. But what you do is what? Just never lose focus and always be consistent. Have you seen? So this is the part where the maize has been actually some removed and we are going this side. So the number of the people right now, there are few this side. They're just about 4 of them. From 12, about 7 of them have quit. 7 of them have said, we don't want to work anymore. Because when they look at the field is very big. It will take us long for us to finish. But this is not the first time I'm going through this. I've gone through this and I've overcome it. And I believe even this time around, we shall do what? We shall pass through this thing. Otherwise, thank you so much for following us. This is what I just wanted to show, to say this is the joy of a farmer. As we do our farming and everything, our anticipation and our eyes always look to the cross. The same way we look to the cross when it comes to salvation, in the same way we look forward to these crops as farmers. We look forward to the maize. So this is the end product that we're working for and waiting for. But they are here finally. Have you seen? So actually I can't complain that much. I'm just a startup farmer, and whatever happens right here, I know God is helping me, and God he always comes through for me. So thank you so much for following. If you are a startup farmer out there, I want to encourage you to say, never lose hope, or never lose hope, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you go through a hard time, just remember and know that you can also still do it. And if you're a young farmer out there, you're starting up, and you feel like things are hard for you, I'm telling you, just press it more, once more. Just press it once more. Just go on once more. You're going to achieve it. This is a stage, when talk of farming, this is a stage which is very difficult, because I don't have machinery, I don't have this and that. Whatever I did this year when I was 2023 farming season, when I was farming, everything was done by humans. Starting from cultivation, starting from planting. I never had like animals like cows to come and help me in terms of cultivation and everything. I never had all those things. But right now, I'm going to improvise. As the way from 2024 farming season 2025, I'm going to improvise and make sure that I make everything easier. Definitely, I have to also go in a mechanical way. I have to mechanize my farm. At least planting, I don't want to use humans anymore. I'll buy machines so that at least things becomes a bit easier. When you talk of weeding also, if God is with me, I have to go in a mechanical way. At least I provide some machines to help, in as much as maybe the machine I'll buy small and everything, but to make work much easier than it was this farming season. So thank you so much for following me. This has been ECCT, the owner and founder of CHIMASAFARMS. Just trying to encourage somebody out there, just trying to show you to say you are not alone in this. When you talk of farming, don't let people write to you. Farming is difficult. But again, when I ask you a question, which thing is not difficult? Everything in this life is difficult. You know, sometimes when you go to college, for some of us who have done engineering, people used to say, hey, if you know that you can't calculate, if you know that you can't manage this kind of mathematics, what do? You go to you go and do teaching. You can change the course and go for teaching. But again, when you ask yourself, do you think teaching is easy? Teaching is not easy. I've got friends who have done teaching, and they'll tell you, when my friend, in fact, is actually a science teacher, and I could even see how best he was doing it for him to do what, to just make it in that course. As you see, it's not easy. Nothing is easy. When you talk of these people just work in the streets, ask them. The answer is difficult out there. So whatever route you choose, for me, that's what I believe. Whatever route you choose, just do it with your what? Your whole heart. Wholeheartedly, you commit yourself to it. Make sure that you do it the best way you can, and the end product shall surely come. Right now, as I speak to you, my end product has come, and that is what? That is the maize. Thank you so much for following us. I believe and trust that you have learned one or two things from what I've just shared in this video. This has been ECCT. Do me well by following all my social media platforms. Thank you so much for watching, and I say shalom.